Hey guys, hi. You know me. I'm Shauna. Sorry, ridiculous. Um, I just thought that I would quickly make a video because all of a sudden I'm getting lots of messages in regards to my post that I just made. And sorry about the bad lighting. Technically, I'm a professional, but not in this realm. So I recently just made a post about being depressed and being negative. And I think for most people that know me or have me on Facebook or Instagram or any of that jazz, know me as this like super bubbly, positive person. I think even like socially or out in the world, like that's oftentimes the response that I get back or gets that's what gets echoed back to me, I should say. And I'm not to say that I'm not those things, but so I think this does come as like a shock, or people find it hard to believe that I have bad days, or that I do get sad and lonely and depressed and I hurt like everybody else. But the last few months have been really hard on me. I've been really, really depressed. There's no other word for it. That's the label. Really depressed, really struggling, really negative, and abruptly, oddly negative for even me. Like I have my bad days and I have my moments, but the last few months was no end in sight, and I had nothing nice to say. I was gross. I was terrible, or that's the way I saw myself as well. Looking back, it was just part of it, but um, I was really negative. I had nothing good to say about anything or myself. I was really mean towards myself. Really, really mean about everything, about the way that I looked, about what I was doing, my work, my writing, and even like it spiraled a bit too, right? Like you are being negative and you're being depressed and you know what your energy is like, so you're harping on yourself about that. Like, well, why am I complaining? And your mate and for me, I was trying to rationalize and logically be like, I'm so lucky. I live in a beautiful country. I have amazing friends, and I have lots to be grateful for, but I wasn't feeling that way, and I really wanted to feel that way. I was pressuring myself to feel that way and comparing myself to what I know that I've been like and what I used to be like, which is this over the top, happy, bubbly, lover of life person who can't get enough. And I wasn't. I wasn't that person. And the hardest part about it was accepting that I wasn't that person anymore and that she might not come back. That was hard. that was that was it, right? That was the struggle. That was the struggle. It wasn't being sad. It or and I'm sure that was part of it, but the struggle was that I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be, and I wasn't. I didn't used to be. I couldn't stop comparing. I couldn't stop comparing myself to myself. I couldn't stop. And it wasn't easy. And a lot of people have stuck by me. I have so many friends to thank who put up with it, who loved me anyways. And I put a lot of work in too. I wrote a lot more. I went to yoga, even if I didn't feel like it. And I let myself be negative. I feel like the tipping point for me was the moments where I was like, all right, this is it. This is Shauna now. She's negative and she might be a bitch and she doesn't like life. And this is her. This is her. And she's going to be fat and she's going to be ugly and she's going to maybe quit makeup and maybe she just doesn't know what she's doing anymore. And I got so tired of trying not to be what I was that I gave up. And not gave up in that sense of like doing anything drastic, but giving up in the sense of like, all right, let's be negative. Let's rock it. And literally, that was the moment. That was the moment for me where everything shifted. And I can't even describe it. It was like magic. It was accepting where I was. And this is something that can't be taught and can't really be shared, and I won't be able to recreate it even for myself. Everybody's journey is going to be different to get to that point. That's how we get through it, in my opinion, is accepting where we are. But acceptance is the catch-22 of life, guys. You can't force it. You can't make yourself accept where you are. And I think that that's the hard part, right? Like, logically, we might know how to get somewhere, but feeling it and believing in it and trusting it is so different. It's so different, and it's so different for everybody, and it comes in its own time. It comes in its own way. And it's not guaranteed to come at all. And that's the truth, and it sucks. So I don't know if this video will help anybody. I don't know if this even makes sense. But for me, I wanted to start a conversation and, say hi and say that I struggled, and I know that I'll have another bad day, and maybe I'll have another period of depression, and but we're here for each other, and it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be upset. It's okay. And I know that we'll get through it. I know that we will. I don't know when, but I know that we will. And the way that I feel now, for me, it's the proof. And regardless, I'm here, and I love you guys. And again, thank you to everybody. And yeah, I'm just happy. Thank you. Okay.